So we are pleased to be joined by the new Bronco defensive end out of New England, that being Jarvis Green, who was just acquired a couple of days ago, spent the last 8 years with the Patriots, was a fourth-round pick out of LSU in 2002, and we are now pleased to be joined by you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much. How you doing?
I'm good. So listen, I really hear that you were one of the Broncos' golden prospects for this offseason. When did you hear that they were first interested in you, and what did you hear?
Well, when free agency started, we got a few phone calls and from the Broncos, and that's when it started. That's when everything started going on in negotiations and trying to make a visit up there. And I was very happy, when I got the phone call, and just knowing Coach Josh McDaniels. I mean, just everything about Denver, and we have some of the guys that's over there right now. So getting that phone call, I was very excited, very.
Now, listen, you have spent your whole career wearing one jersey. So how much were you preferring to actually go back to New England, and what other teams were interested in you?
I was very big on going back to New England because I've been here for 8 years. My wife and kids up here, have 3 kids up here. And this is home for us. I mean, our hometown is Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but we up here year-round in New England. So for me, I was really hoping to come back to New England, but it didn't work out that way. And talked to a few teams, and free agency this year was very slow compared to the past years with the situations and everything. But it was something also I wanted a fresh start at the same time, if it was a perfect world, and that's what happened for me. So the opportunity opened up, and we made it work.
Now, you actually have a history with Josh McDaniels because your rookie season with the Patriots, he was the defensive assistant at that time. So I'm curious to know what impression he first made on you back then.
Well, I can tell you this, with Coach Josh, I had to meet with him every morning before the team meeting, and we had to sit there and go over a lot of football stuff. And I can remember that's where the relationship started at, and just that happened the entire season. So every morning, coffee, breaking down some film, doing things like that. And we always had a great relationship. You know what? And it was like a dream, because when I took the trip and when I saw him for the first time in a few years, and we talked, and it was like, it was like yesterday. So meeting with Coach Josh, just the experience from the past, and now moving on to Denver, I think it should be a good call.
So you said in coming to Denver and seeing Josh McDaniels again was like a dream, but I want to kind of get the comparison with him and Bill Belichick, because obviously Bill has the reputation that he does, at least personality-wise, in front of the media. I'm sure he's more heartwarming behind the scenes. But in what ways will McDaniels be kind of a welcome change from what you've been experienced with Bill Belichick back there in New England?
I really don't know, because I really haven't watching the press conference with Coach McDaniels. And a lot of the guys, I talked to, like Russ Hochstein, Lonnie Paxson, Daniel Graham, they say it's football. It's tough, it's physical. You're gonna come in, get your hard hat and get your work boots, and you're going to work. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting anything less than what I expected out here in New England, or what I experienced in New England.
Well, obviously, they say that the NFL stands for the Not For Long League. And after you were acquired, one day after that, a fan favorite, Bronco defensive end Kenny Peterson, was released. I'm curious, in what ways do you feel that you, in addition to Justin Bannon and newly acquired Jamal Williams, will be an improvement, particularly also against the run, as far as the defensive line that they previously had dispatched last season?
You know what? I'm coming there to Denver to be part of a team. Everybody, you play the game to win, and that's what hopefully I can go there and get into that mix and get into the puzzle and just know the concept of the team and what the players want in their locker room. Because I'm going to a team that's it happens every year. With our off season and with free agency and things like that. So we're going there to win. That's why I'm going to Denver, because I want to win.
Now, in what ways do you feel that your skill set is an upgrade? Because I talked to your agent a lot, Albert Elias, and he's talking about how you are a very unique commodity on the free agent market with the way that you can go inside and outside. So explain how you feel your skill set is an upgrade for this Broncos line.
The things I could do as a defensive player here in New England, I played all the positions, so that really helped me. And just having the opportunity to do that in my 8 years in New England, and just now just taking it to another team and try to give that same base and add, just my addition to the defensive line. Hopefully, I can help him and help the defense become better.
Now, interestingly, one of the reasons that Broncos general manager Brian Sanders told Peterson that he was released was particularly because of the Broncos' performance against the run the last 4 games of the season, where they gave up 755 net yards on the ground. I also want to know, let's talk about your pass rushing skills, because I saw in 2006 you had your career high of 7.5, but then last year was a total of 1. Do you address that to something schematically or individually, or what can you say about the pass rushing situation as far as what Bronco fans should know about you?
Well, I mean, last year it was a tough year for me last year, and I mean that's behind me now. So I can't sit here and draw up a list of excuses, and that that was the past. And I mean, I remember that year, and I can remember just playing different positions and just being active across the defensive line and just doing different things, And right now, the way I feel, I feel really healthy. The fresh start for me, and I think for anybody, that's another entire line of motivation, and just myself going over to Denver and just bringing that to the defense. I mean, they have some great pass rushers. Like I said, they have some great players over there, Denver. So it's not like you go into a team that doesn't have anything. They have a physical team. They have a lot of smart football players over there. So hopefully I can bring myself over there and just add to that and just make the team better as a whole.
Well, you definitely are coming to a team that has something, because I'm sure you heard of a guy named Elvis Dumervil who led the league with a whole bunch of sacks last season. So talk about the havoc that you can wreak with him in combination on the field together.
That's the thing about football. I think, if you could go to teams and be a positive part of the team or part of a machine or structure, I think that helps overall, because like you mentioned, they have a great team, they have great defensive players. I mean, Dumervil led the league in sacks last year, so, I mean, dominating across the board. And, free agency, getting those guys in, bringing these, Jamal, Justin Banner, myself, and we just go in there to play football, and we go in there to win. That's the main goal.
So I guess you guys should be called the OJs or the 3Js or something like that. That might be your new nickname when you come here to Denver.
Yes.
All right, well, listen to this. The Broncos defense last year went from 29 to 7, but that was under Mike Nolan. I'm wondering if you're concerned, because this team has had a lot of instability, particularly with the leadership with the defensive unit. And actually, in the last 7 seasons, they've had about 5 different coordinators. I know you would have had a change regardless if you were changing teams, but does that affect you? Does that concern you, the fact that there hasn't been that much continuity with this unit?
No, it doesn't affect me at all. I mean, this is the NFL. Teams, changes happen all the time. Coaches change, players change, and that's part of the game, And for us as players, when we were players, they're coaches. We have to do our job on the field, and we're all there for the same reason, to win football games. So that doesn't concern me at all.
Now, what is the main thing you think you'll try to impart to your new teammates, obviously, with the championship and Super Bowl experience that you have, because this is a team that has not been to the playoffs in 4 seasons. What do you think is the biggest thing that you'll try to impart to them with what you learned in New England?
The biggest thing, just being a team guy, being a team player. I can remember when I came to New England, a lot of the guys, the older guys that made this franchise, what it is, it was a lot of unselfishness. It was teamwork, guys helping each other in the meeting room, on the practice field, in the game. So I'm going to be doing the same thing. This is going to be going to my 9th year in the NFL. So I'm going to help those guys, the younger guys under me, and just talk with the older guys, the older veterans, because this is their team. This is their team. They're there. I am coming there to play with them. So that is something that's very important, and we all have roles to play.